Hi guys, Jonathan here again with one of our weekly weapon videos. Now this is one that has been ably covered already by Forgotten Weapons, by Ian, over on that channel, and also on the InRange TV channel where they actually shoot this thing, which I think frankly Ian and Carl are braver than me. But so what is this? And I do have a little bit of added value to give you in this brief trailer for theirs, essentially. But so this is a sheet, largely sheet steel with a machined barrel, single shot pistol. It was codenamed FP45, apparently for flare projector, in a sort of secret project, designed by George Hyde, who designed an interesting submachine gun that actually popped up over on the GameSpot channel the other week. And unfortunately, I got edited out saying what that was, but that was his. So not a hugely prolific designer, but really quite talented, because as crude and rubbish as this thing looks, it actually did the job that was required of it. And I think, despite the nervousness over shooting it, is actually pretty sound for what it is, which is a bit of pipe with some sheet metal. Oh, and a cast cocking piece. I believe 1 million of these were produced. They were intended for airdropping into Europe for resistance forces, to give them a weapon to most likely capture a better weapon, because it is only single shot, but also as a psychological warfare campaign against the Nazis, because when crates of these things start showing up, you are going to be worried that behind every barn is a resistance fighter with a firearm. At least that's the idea. Anyway, over to Forgotten Weapons for more on that. What I want to show you, first of all, just to sort of reprise how this works, you pull back the cocking piece, rotate it into place. This example of ours has actually got a fractured cocking piece, which I will try and get you a decent... There you go, you can see it on camera actually. Big old crack in that cast bit of alloy, whatever that is, I'm not actually sure. Possibly Zamac. Which is not a great robust alloy, but good enough for a short-term use weapon, which is what this is. And then second stage is to pull up the loading gate effectively, which is actually quite a clever design. It kind of pops in and out of the two positions. It doesn't, unless the example is damaged, it's quite hard to get stuck in the middle and fumble a reload. Actually quite good for a bit of sheet metal. That opens up your chamber. You would then have a single round, drop it into there, close the chamber, and then set your cocking piece, and you'll see that it stands off a little bit but isn't fully cocked. The trigger on this thing, if it isn't clear from the other videos, works rather like a Glock trigger. So you preload and then it drops the rest of the way. It's actually not an awful trigger for what it is. I mean, it's an awful trigger, but it's not an awful trigger for what this weapon is trying to accomplish. Not the kind of super heavy pull-off you might be expecting. Anyway, so that's one round in the chamber. And what I thought might be interesting, as I don't think anyone else has shown this on camera at least, decock, is to show you the ammunition storage compartment. I almost clickbaited this video by saying the Liberator's better than the 1911. It's obviously not, but in one way, it kind of is. If you're doing top trumps, this could actually win on one line of a top trumps card. So this sheet metal plate, push that off, and in there would be a number of spare rounds. Now I've often kind of wondered idly, without actually checking, how many rounds a Liberator would take. Let's test it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to spin that round so it fits. 7, and 8. So this is hence my my clickbait comment, because 8 plus 1 in this is one better. This one goes up to 11. It's one better than a 1911 in pure capacity terms. You can just about get the cap back on. I'm not going to force it, just in case, because a lot of these little tabs that secure this sliding plate on are tiny little metal tabs. There, you can see it. Are broken off, and I don't want to break this one. So just a bit of fun there, clown car style, to see how many rounds this takes. Offhand, without checking Ralph Hagen's excellent book on this, I don't know what the stated capacity was, and I don't know how they were airdropped. Whether they came, I've always assumed they came with the rounds in the butt ready to go, so 6 or 7 packed in there, none in the chamber, and then you would load and crack on with it. Or if the rounds were packed separately, I don't imagine the ammunition was dropped separately. I need to go back to the books and look myself, but this is a bit of an ad hoc video, as you can tell. And the one other bit of added value that I can offer, we don't have the instruction sheet, which I'm gutted about. So if anyone knows of a spare, genuine Liberator pistol instruction sheet that came with the boxes originally, we will buy it off you. Well, I can't make that commitment on camera. I suppose I just kind of did. Donations gratefully accepted, and we would seriously consider buying it off you. Anyway, what am I rambling about? Well, what we do have is an example of the box. It's a simple brown cardboard box, totally unremarkable. This one has some museum foam in it to keep it in shape. But what's rather nice about it is it has the almost cartoon picture of a Liberator cheerfully firing itself at an unseen enemy, which I quite enjoy. So this and this might have put the fear of God into a few Nazi officers / soldiers. Who knows? A very interesting Second World War development that if you didn't know about, I hope you found interesting. And if you did know, you now know how many rounds it would take. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. We'll be back next week with an interesting crossover collaboration with none other than Forgotten Weapons. So look forward to that. Hit the description, as always, for links for donations and all the stuff that we do here at the Royal Armouries. Check out the shop, everything else that's going on, events, and the museums here in the UK if you are able to visit us. Thanks a lot, guys.